Hey, amazing people, how y'all feeling? Today, I hope y'all had a great day. I was actually I had a few people that tuned in last night that asked me to go live again today because they really enjoyed last night. The call in and everything. Um, I am going to open up the phone lines tonight again. Um, I kind of changed the topic for tonight. I was actually going to come and talk about something else. I'm going to schedule that for a later time. Um, hey y'all. I'm actually going to schedule that show for a later time. I'm definitely still going to do it, but I wanted to really clear the air tonight on some things. Like I said, I'm gonna open up the phone lines, not yet, but let me put the number up here. Um, Let me see something. Do I got a banner with the phone number? Boom, boom, boom. No. Hey, y'all, good evening. How y'all feeling? How was your day? How was your day? Hold on, let me just get the calling number put up here. I'll let y'all know when I open the phone line all the way up. Um Shoot. Okay. There I go. Star comment. Okay. All right. So once I open up, hey kid. Once I open up the phone line, I'll put the number up there. So number one, um, a few days ago, I spoke to Kevin Samuel's family. I don't think I posted. I think I briefly talked about it in a video. Um, and they were just basically thanking me for my video that I made about Kevin Samuels, and that's what made me realize that they are on social media and they do see what's going on, and that kind of broke my heart because me as a human being, I put myself in their shoes. Like God forbid that be my child and this is going on, I would be beyond hurt that people just couldn't respect that I'm mourning. And that's how I felt about his mother. People just couldn't respect his mother, his family. Everybody is mourning right now. Nobody could respect that. Everybody were just basically in their own feelings and being selfish and being ignorant to the fact that this man passed away. Another thing I also wanna point out is that one thing about leukemia is I'm not doing nothing for clout. I'm just gonna be real. Um I actually had a phone conversation today with his family, and I posted it because I post everything. I've told y'all I had a brain tumor. You see what I'm saying? I post and told y'all how I'm trying to commit suicide. I share things. I shared the post when I said I spoke to Kevin Samuel's family and my heart hurt y'all. Because it really was. You see what I'm saying? Like really not knowing what to say, but I'm praying for y'all. I'm sorry that the things y'all seeing on social media, y'all have to see that. I also expressed that, I did a live last night. There was a lot of people saying a lot of positive things about him. I've seen a lot of positive lives on YouTube. I've definitely seen some people, you know, honoring him. You see what I'm saying? I see people that are really hurt, fans are hurt behind losing him. That's what I was communicating. So I posted this post and a guy came on a post and he's like, well, shouldn't it have been something that was private? Then he was like, oh yeah, I forgot you do things for views. And I'm sitting up there like, and it really doing things for views. I wish people like really knew how this thing go. Like at the end of the day, um, I don't have to come on. I don't have to go live. I don't have to. I don't have to share my testimony. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to come and share positive affirmations. I don't have to think about other people and what they may be going through, or maybe somebody's going through what I'm going through, so I'm gonna come and I'm gonna share, you know what I mean? Or I don't have to do this. I don't. I have a degree. I'm a business coach. I have plenty of certifications. I can go and get a great job, but I believe in what I do. You know, I believe in my gift, because speaking is my gift. Speaking life and positivity and things like that, and speaking up about the things that people don't speak up about. I love to do that. you know it bothers it I would say it bothers me a little bit when people say that I do something for views, or I do something for clout. I could have been had that, y'all. I could have been had that. I'm not tooting my own horn. I promise you, I'm not tooting my own horn. I have about 500 million views on Facebook, just Facebook. People know that. People reach out to me all the time, advertising this, that, and the third. I don't advertise. I don't advertise because I've never used these people's product. I'm not the type of person that's going to sit up and advertise something I've never used, I don't personally know anything about, to make money. That's never been me. This whole time I haven't done that, right? Unless I've used it, and I rarely do that. So it's like, why do we do that? Why is it always for clout, or it's for views, or it's for that? No, it's that I'm feeling some type of way because I felt this family's pain. Then you have the women that hate him. And I want to talk about hate tonight. I want to talk about how, when people in our community, the black community, hate people, everything bad you hear about them, you believe it. People just believe it. Come on, we're not gonna sit up here in front and fraud. Somebody that dislike you sat up and believed something bad about you that they heard, didn't know if it was a truth or a lie. But just because they have so much hate in their heart and in their mind and in their spirit for you, they're going to believe anything. It don't even matter if it's a lie. They're going to believe it. And me sitting up here reading the comments on my post, that's what I got in my spirit. Like, these women they are making it their business. They're making it their business to try to smear Kevin Samuels' name. Then Shalakemia is posting about Kevin Samuels for clout. For clout. I was posting about Kevin Samuels when he was alive. What are we sitting up here talking about? I used to be on his live in his comments telling women, like, if y'all don't like him, why are y'all over here? I don't have to do that. That's not me. I really don't even have to explain. But it's like, sometimes you gotta set the record straight with people. But even people hate this man so bad. The woman came on my post and was saying something about the interview his daughter did. That wasn't even his daughter. See how mad they so crazy. They are so infatuated with hating him. That wasn't even his daughter. Then somebody sent me somebody. I got confirmation from his family that's not his daughter. Then somebody inboxed me. The girl was in the interview, talk about Kevin Samuels' mom was dead. She's very much alive. Wouldn't the granddaughter know her grandmom's alive? But people hate him so much. They're believing anything out here about him. I've never ever seen the black community like this. Maybe y'all have. I've never ever seen it like this. Then I got women like, oh, I'm unfollowing you. Baby, that's gonna be a blessing if you unfollow me. I don't want to be in nobody's company and they're negative and they're miserable and they're hateful. I don't have hate and misery in my heart. I don't have that in my heart. And like I said on my post, these women are bitter, they are miserable, they are hateful. Hateful. It's just so crazy. Sharice, 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 do you want to call in? I'm asking, do you want to call in? Why am I defending him? I mean, I don't even feel like I'm defending him. I've been asked my opinion about him, and I gave my opinion. Just because my opinion and my view is not the same as yours and these other miserable women about him, would do that. So what? So what? I'm a different kind of woman. I'm healed. I'm not miserable. I'm not negative. I'm not hateful. I'm not miserable. Again, I said miserable again because y'all are miserable. You hate somebody you don't even know because of their views and their opinions. If his message wasn't for you, it wasn't for you. What are you mad if it wasn't for you? But the only people that are mad are women that are triggered. That's it. The women that are triggered. Kevin Samuels ain't the problem. These black women that hate him are the problem. That's who the problem is. And y'all been the problem way before him. Way before him. Angry black women has been a problem way before him. I'm not defending him, but I'm also not the type of person to sit up because I may dislike somebody, listen to a lie about them and believe it. That's a mental illness. Something is wrong. If that's how you operate in your brain, something's really, really wrong. All I've done, and I want to go here. Before he even passed away, right? I filmed a segment with a certain platform, right? And I I I was asked my opinion, about Kevin Samuels, and I stated at the end of the day, I don't feel like he's destructive to the black community. That was my stance when he was alive. I have videos to document that. When he was alive, that was always my stance. I didn't have no problem with him. Nobody ever seen me bash him. Even when he was alive, I didn't bash him. I had no reason to. I had no reason to. He wasn't talking about me. I didn't need to call him and ask him for relationship advice. I didn't need him to say, Salakemia, take accountability. I didn't need him to do that. I was already doing it. I was already doing that. So please save me with the views and save me with the clout. I don't need either one, I promise you. I don't need either one. I'm so busy, I don't need either one. I'm so busy, I need help. I need two assistants, okay? I don't have to get help, but I don't need clout or views or any of that. But it's disheartening as a black woman to see other black women celebrating this man's death, spreading lies, talking about his death was his karma. That's evil. And some of y'all are calling yourself Christians. Christians where? Y'all must not have read in the Bible where you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead. Y'all didn't read that part? See, because y'all only pick out the scriptures that you want to sit up and apply to certain things. No, y'all in dangerous grounds, sitting out here even speaking on that man, even laughing at his death. Y'all are listen, it's a debt. I promise you, it's a debt on your life when you do things like that. It's a debt. Now to the man that sat up here and was like, shouldn't you keep that you spoke to his family, to yourself, this, that, and third? No, I actually have a message from the family saying that I can speak about certain things, confirming certain things to me. I don't have to I didn't reach out. I didn't anything. I just said my piece on my side. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I know what I can talk about and what I can't talk about. I was asked to speak about things on my platform, and I have the proof that I was. But what is it like really any concern of anybody's? That's how miserable our people are. It's weird. It's really weird. It's really like really, really weird. Really weird. It's nothing godly in these maniacs calling themselves women that dragging Kevin Samuels. It's nothing. It's really it's nothing godly about it. And I'm gonna tell you, they're going to have to answer for that. They're going to have to answer. I was going to come on here and talk about, Megan Thee Stallion and how and that whole situation, and teach from that viewpoint, But it's like I just how I feel is that it gotta stop. These women gotta stop doing this. Stop it before you, God forbid this, but I don't have no control. Stop it before you feel the pain that his mom feels. Stop it. I tell people all the time, do not gloat about somebody else's downfall, because that will be you in the next season. Don't do that. You will be made. Listen, the same thing you laugh about, you will cry about. You will cry about. I'm going to open up the phone lines. And for the people, that said they're going to, unfollow me, please do. It's going to be a blessing. It's going to be a blessing. I appreciate all the women on my page, that are positive and have a brain and see that this ain't funny. That see that this isn't a fun matter. It's not nothing funny about it or nothing. It's a lot of women that have messaged me about it. It's a lot of women in the comments um telling me, Shalakimia, there's nothing funny about this. I appreciate those women on my page, that we can sit on my page and we can disagree and still love each other. It's plenty of women. I have hello caller. Hold on 1 second for me. It's many women that have sat on my page and we have disagreed. And still I was still able to be like, thank you, Queen. It's women in my comments that have corrected me. Thank you, Queen. It's men in my comments that have corrected me. Thank you, King. I'm not always right. But one thing about Shalakimia, I'm teachable. And I think the Almighty every day, I am not like some of these miserable women that are miserable to men, miserable to women, miserable to their children, miserable to their families, miserable, bitter, angry. I thank goodness I'm not like that. Hello, caller.
Shalakimia,
Hi, hello.
how are you doing this evening?
I'm okay. How you doing?
I'm all right. You know who this is?
I don't. Jimmy?
Ooh, wee. Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Hello, Jimmy.
How are you?
I'm
I'm not
okay.
going to take too much time, like I always say. Uh, I haven't spoken on anything. I gave myself the time that I needed. So check it out. I'm going to put a spin on this. To the ladies who only got to hear Kevin speak to men, or to women, I'm sorry. For 3 years, he spoke to men specifically and gave us the tough love that we needed as men, with no feelings involved. Were there men who were in their feelings about what Kevin had to say to us for 3 years? Absolutely. Were there men who were able to correct those men to say, put your feelings aside and listen to the message, not the messenger? Absolutely.
Right.
So when it came to men coming on one accord to get the message, it didn't take us very long. And we did not fight Kevin for the information to get us the better outcomes we wanted as men.
Right.
When it flipped to the ladies, it wasn't Kevin going out of his way. It was the ladies calling Kevin because they seen that Kevin could get them something that they wanted, which was the higher percentage of men pertaining to an economic and financial bracket. That's what they wanted. But instead of Kevin showing them where they're at, he showed them why they may not qualify for those types of men, and saying as much as, have you ever dated these types of men? Most of them would say no. So he would have to show them, ma'am, these men are not monogamous. You're not going to push monogamy on these types of men you've never dated before. That was an element that he was trying to teach. Yeah. There were just some ladies that didn't want to hear the truth. Now, to the Vivica and to the dancing on the man's grave, I just want to get to that and I'll let you go. The angel of death comes for us all. The angel of death comes for us all. No man knows the hour or the time. All we can do is the best that we can do on this earth with the other humans that we interact with.
Yeah.
He wanted Black men to up our image because our image is tainted. Our image has been destroyed for years. Just like the ladies' image is being destroyed, been destroyed for years. But that's their fight, their battle to repair their image. Kevin just shed a light on some of the issues. And I would like for people to put their feelings aside and go back into his catalog. Women, ladies, listen to me. Ladies, the ladies that are upset with him, go back into his catalog when he was only talking to men. And I guarantee you wouldn't be pissing on this man's grave today. You would actually be like, wow, oh, okay, yeah, I can dig that. I can dig. But you're so focused on what he was telling you that the bitter and the brokenness shows. And ladies, we love you. We love you dearly. You think I haven't been hurt? Shalakini, you know me. Right. You think I haven't been hurt?
I do.
Over and over through my lifetime. But I don't hate all women.
Right.
I don't. I love them very dearly. And I understand that they're broken.
Yeah.
And I understand that they need help. But you cannot lead a horse to water and make them drink. We can't do it.
Right. Absolutely. Jimmy, let me cut in real quick. Cynthia X said, you realize you are a woman that Kevin would dog walk to be torn apart by his minions. Yes. Kevin wouldn't have done that to me. You know why? Because I wouldn't have went on there acting like, there's nothing wrong with me and I'm not taking any accountability. That wouldn't have happened. I never called in. I never called in because I didn't need to call in. These women, they knew. You see what I'm saying? They needed to call in. They wanted a high value man. They wanted I don't know what they wanted, to be on his live. I don't know, to go live with him, to get on there and get smart with him. I don't know. But that was never my approach when it came to him. It just wasn't. So, Cynthia, I mean, you can feel how you want to feel. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to block you. I'm going to bless you and block you. Thank you.
I'll give you, not to cut you, I'll give you a little bit of transparency. The ladies, Fox Soul, The View, The Talk, women have their outlets to be able to express themselves on main media for years.
Yeah.
For years, they have been able to talk amongst themselves as women about men. With no men up there to defend themselves.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. But where are the male panels where men are able to talk and express themselves as men, just talking about men dynamics? And yes, maybe the ladies. It would be hell on earth, as you see. And this is a part of the double standard as to why men and women cannot get together, and the disconnect continues. Because clearly we have a failure to communicate as a human species, none to less as Black men and women. And
Right.
we see it. We see it. And instead of fixing the problem, Lord have mercy, we're upset with the messenger over the message.
Yeah.
And he died. He died lack of sleep. The man was moving from city to city. He was helping YouTube content creators and not putting his name out there specifically for this foolishness that's happening right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So the people who are on this live right now that don't understand information, how it comes out with accountability, it's not, media is changing. We are media, people. Life is about people. Amen. Shout out Kevin Samuels. Life is about people. It's about choices and trade-offs.
Jimmy,
Black men we're not gonna get everything we want when we come to the table. Black women, you're not gonna get everything you want when we come to the table. But we have to sign a peace treaty. Yes, a peace treaty. Peace treaties aren't signed between friends. They're signed between enemies, and we shouldn't be enemies. Right. But I'm using this as an example that we have to come to the table to agree to move forward.
Absolutely.
It's not about me. It's not about you. It's really about these kids. Okay? It's about these babies. It's up to us to fix it. It's up to us to fix it. Kevin knew he was 53. He's 53 years old. I'm 34. Go ahead. I don't want to take over all your time. I know I'm preaching. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Jimmy. I don't know if you've seen like on the reason I was coming on here to talk about something totally different. And I spoke to you the other day. Remember I spoke to you and I told you I talked to Kevin's family.
Yes, ma'am.
I never posted it. Remember we talked about it? I never ever posted it.
Ma'am.
I mentioned it briefly. You see what I'm saying? But I wanted to just be respectful and things like that. Today, his family shared some things with me and they're like, can you share this, on your platform or whatever, and I'm like, sure. I spoke to them. My spirit was very bothered that they even had to be on social media and just see these videos, while they're mourning. Just imagine mourning and you have to come on here, the person you're mourning about, and you have to hear the internet celebrating his death. That's what hurt me. You see what I'm saying? And they actually said it to me. They're like, I just got fed up. I'm just tired. I got tired of it. You see what I'm saying? And then, I asked them, was the person that did the interview, his daughter? They confirmed, no, that is not his daughter. The daughter even said in the interview, Jimmy, that her grandmother was dead. His mother is very alive. You see what I'm saying? And it's just disheartening because it's like, for me, I liked them, when I first heard them, I liked them, and I liked what he was doing. I seen what he was doing. I'm a healed Black woman. You see what I'm saying? I'm healed because I chose to heal. I didn't choose hate. I chose love.
It's a choice. And yes, it is a choice.
So I didn't look at him from trauma, hurt, or pain. I looked at him from a place of healing, and I felt the things. Did I agree with everything? No, but Jimmy, I'm not going to hate somebody because we don't agree on some things.
Right.
But I'm a grown woman. You see what I'm saying? I'm a grown woman.
Would you agree to this? Would you agree to this? In this society, where if we agree to disagree, we should not hate each other or want to cancel or end each other. We're supposed to agree to disagree. I take your points, you take mine,
right,
and we think about it.
Right.
I can have a conversation with you tomorrow and be like, hey, you know what you told me yesterday? I really thought about it. And you know what? I can change my stance on what I thought. And it's because feelings have become facts. Right. And that is not how it works. feelings are not fact. Just because you feel a certain way does not mean that it is right.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
Now, supposedly Will Smith said this. You have to do your own digging. He said that he had a conversation with a friend of his, and the friend of his couldn't separate two words, and the two words were fault and responsibility. And he said, it's not my fault what you do to me, but it's my responsibility to move forward.
Absolutely.
Even I struggled with that. We all do. When someone does something to us, we focus on what was done to us.
Right.
Why it was done to us, the way it was done to us. Right. And we sit in that versus putting one foot forward, followed by the next. I know it sounds cheesy, but in this world, when you're hurt, you gravitate and stay stuck in that hurt. And when you do that, you bleed on people who did not cut you.
Right. So, Jimmy, so you remember me and you had a session when, like last year?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I speak on one thing about the session?
You can speak on anything we've talked about.
Okay. So I just want to point out, because growth is really big, and it needs to be really big in our community. One thing, Jimmy, I'm gonna say today is, when we had that session about what was going on with you and how you were hurt, right?
Yes, ma'am.
One thing I've respected about you was your growth and your strength.
Thank you.
You didn't get hurt by a woman and come and bash all women.
No, ma'am.
You still respected us.
Yes, ma'am.
Still honored us. You see what I'm saying? And I want to give you your flowers now.
I appreciate it.
Because that's how we get to healing, though. When people come to me and they're like, Shalakemia, I did some things wrong, they did some things wrong, I could respect that. You see what I'm saying? But a person that comes like, oh, they did it. No, let's stop pointing fingers and let's get to the bottom of what's going on. But we're not going to point fingers like we're perfect, because we're not perfect. That's something I had to look in the mirror with myself and say that. I came to a point, and a lot of people know this, I came to a point in life where I said, I want to be a wife. Right? Like a lot of women, I want to get married, I want to be a wife. So with that, what do I have to do? I have to prepare myself to be a wife. I have to change my mindset. You see what I'm saying? I can't be selfish. And the most important thing that I always talk about, you have to learn how to love a Black man if you want to be a wife. If you a Black woman, I believe in Black women being with Black men. That's just me. I was created for a Black man. I will always say that. But me, myself, I had to learn how to love a Black man. It just wasn't me getting in a relationship with a man and him loving me. You see what I'm saying? It's not just about him loving me. It's about me loving him too.
And that's why if you go back, there's lies where Kevin would tell the ladies, as much money as you put into bundles and trips and the things that you like to do, put that same money into wife school. And it was shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right, because we are not born husbands. We're not born wives.
Right.
If we didn't see it, if we did not see it in our adolescence as children, how can we expect ourselves to master the art of being husbands and wives, and we did not see it? I want to give this to the ladies real quick, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The ladies who were raised by your mothers, and let's just say you didn't have your fathers. I'm going to play Thanos now. I want you to think about all the things that your mother taught you about being a woman, where you sit right now hearing my voice, and think about her not being in your life. Think about your mother not being in your life and you only had your father or someone else.
Right.
All the things that your mother taught you that you would not have known. And then think about men shaming you for the things that your mother didn't teach you. See, we don't do that. We don't do that. But on the other aspect, when it comes to men that were raised by their mothers, we're shamed. We're shamed because those men might be more emotional, or they might have more attributes that speak more to a woman's side than a man's side.
Right.
They're shamed for that, not understanding why they may not have had that masculinity in their life. Understanding why you have Black men out here starving to go gravitate where masculinity is. And on at the same breath, you have our women talking about toxic masculinity in the form of accountability. So now we can't even critique our ladies. We can't tell them
and that's
when they're wrong respectfully, with respect.
Right. That's a shame. That I'm telling you.
So how are we? So is it that Black men can't lead, or is it that they don't want to be led?
That's true. I think
you can't have it both ways. You cannot have a leader lead you the way that you want to be led.
If that was the case, then they would already be where they're destined to be in life, and things like that. My thing is that I think that's a really sad part, that Black men cannot correct Black women. What is wrong with correction so you do better? They're looking at correction like, oh, Black men, oh, he trying to control me. No, we're not always right. We don't always have the answers. We don't know everything. I don't mind somebody correcting me. I had a queen on my post the other day, and she's like, Shalakina, can you stop grouping all of us Black women together? Because I'm not like them. I said, respect, queen. I didn't come call her out her name. I didn't get smart with her. I didn't block her. I said, respect, queen. Because I can only respect her for the way she came at me. Now, the other ones that come sideways, I'm coming for you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to block you, or whatever the situation is. But at the end of the day, I can respect somebody that respects me.
But and Jimmy, a hurt dog holler. Karma.
Right.
Listen,
right.
A hurt dog holler. All right.
Right.
Vivica spoke on a Black man's death as a form of karma, as a form of him hurting people.
And that's sad. And that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. But you know why she did that, Jimmy?
We are in a go ahead.
Jimmy, you know why she did that?
Why she did that?
Because she wanted to side with all the Black women that hated him. And I'm just being real. Some people are followers. People don't know how to be leaders. Vivica's not a leader. She's not a leader, because if you was a leader, you would have did the right thing. You now, that's somebody that's sitting up and thinking about their career and things like that. Like, oh, let me not go against these other Black women that, hate him. And then another part of it came from her trauma, her hurt, and her pain. I mean, we remember the situation with 50 Cent. Vivica, why didn't it work out with nobody you was with? Because because what Kevin Samuels was talking about, it applied to her. We're gonna be real. It applied to you. You might be successful. You might have a bag. You see what I'm saying? All this, that, and the third. But let me tell you something. When you take that away from a lot of these people that's famous, they are miserable, baby. Some of them are miserable. They are not happy. They are not. Men are constantly leaving them. Constantly. Constantly leaving them. Because when they get in those type of positions, some women don't know how to be in a position of power and just be in that position and stay in your lane. You got to sit up and you got to tell a man, oh, I make more money than you, or I'm doing better than you. It becomes a competition. And I've heard a lot of that in the industry. It's a lot of that with a lot of these women that people love. It's like a competition. It's like they throw their weight around. At the end of the day, Jimmy, and I know a lot of people have heard me say this, I have coached a lady that runs a Fortune 500 company. She told me, she said, Shalakemia, she said, I watch you religiously. She said, listen, I don't know how to be a wife to my husband. She said, at this company, I'm the boss. I'm the head, be in charge. I run everything. I need to know how to be a wife to my husband when I go home.
Yeah.
This is a woman with a lot of power that's able to come and say, listen, you know, I love my husband. I cherish my marriage. You see what I'm saying? I need to learn. Her lane is to run that company. You see what I'm saying? And my lane was to help her be a wife to her husband at home. Because baby, you're the boss at work. You're not the boss at home.
Now, to put some sauce on your burrito, does the culture that speaks, you know, the culture that our culture speaks to Black men and Black women differently. Does the culture that the Black women listen to, does it speak wife? Does it speak how to be a wife? Or does it speak, what is I don't cook, I don't clean, but I'll show you how to get this ring?
I mean, Jimmy, do they want to be wives or do they just want to ring?
All right.
Let's be real.
I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do. Now, there's a TikTok video of a woman that's calling out her, how can I put this? The ladies of the industry that she listens to, because she realized that these women are married with children with their husbands.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, we're out here finessing and doing this and doing that. And Shalakemia, this been going on
for a long. I've been. That's why I stopped listening. I'm telling you, Jimmy, I stopped listening to a lot of people because at the end of the day, y'all rapping about one thing, but y'all going home and living a whole different life. And I'm telling you, some of these women are blind. They are blinded to it. Do you think that Beyonce sitting up there disrespecting Jay-Z? Let's be real.
Hello.
Do y'all think that she is disrespecting Jay-Z and baby? She's Beyonce. But she ain't up there disrespecting that man. If people would have sat and listened to her interview and her sit up there telling people how much Jay-Z has helped her develop as a woman.
Yeah.
As a woman, made her a greater woman, taught her so much. They didn't listen to that. They didn't listen to that.
Why?
They listen to "Can you pay my bills?" That's what they listen to.
But that goes back to what Kevin was trying to tell them.
Exactly.
Y'all want these high-end men, but they're not monogamous. They have this. Okay, I'll give it to you real like this, right? So the wife, right, in these high-end relationships, how it's supposed to work, you know, from us public folk, just little people. The wife gets the house, she gets car, she gets her health care made. She wants for nothing. She wants for nothing. And guess what? He is told, you don't be out here giving these women exactly what I have. Don't come here with no babies out of wedlock. Don't have them calling my phone, coming to my house. Whatever it is that you do outside this house, don't let it come to my house. That is how they move in these high-end relationships. But because they've never had these types of men, but they want them for the perks, for the money, for the clout,
but they don't respect them.
They don't understand that a lot of those women have long, lonely nights. Check it out. Kevin on his wives. He said, ladies, I'm talking to the women who are wives of high value men. Will you please come on here and tell your horror stories or your sad night? One woman got on there and she said, I have cars I've never had to pay for, insurance never had to pay for, multiple houses I've never had to pay for. Don't want for anything. But I am alone in this house.
And they're not
I don't
happy.
know where he is sometimes. And guess what? I don't ask no questions because my life is paid for. So, ladies, he's telling you the truth. There are perks to it, but there's also consequences.
Absolutely. Let me tell you, I listen, I've talked to some people. I've talked to some people in the industry. People are not as happy as you might think they see them on reality TV. I promise you that.
Not.
I promise you. People sit up here, but just like a guy said last night, they'll say, "Oh, I want a man with money, a nice car, you know, a nice job, this, that, and the third." But Then you have a woman come to the table crying and boo-hooing. Oh, he abused me. He financially abused me. He used his money to control me. That's what you got with him for, sir. What are we? We're not about to wipe your tears, baby. You got with him for the money, so that's what you get. You didn't get with him for his heart, his mind, his mentality. You didn't get with him for none of that. You got with him for his money. But you see what that got you? You see what that got you?
The same woman who said I was manipulated, controlled, and abused by money. You could go to the same man and he say, "Oh no, I wasn't paying for a trip to Greece and buying her a Birkin bag." That's what it was. But see, you won't. Look, there's his truth, her truth, and the truth.
Right.
See, and I can't speak for all, but you already know the narrative. What is it? Believe all women, believe all black women.
But that's not true. Okay. Megan Thee Stallion is an example. Now, but Jimmy, listen, Jimmy, I gotta cut you. I got 87 missed calls, but I know I enjoyed you. I enjoyed you for these 28 minutes. We enjoyed you. Thank you for the dialogue, and you can call in anytime.
I hope I helped you. I hope I helped somebody. I love y'all. And be still. Move forward, y'all. Let's go.
Thank you, Jimmy. Have a good night.
Y'all have a good night. Be blessed.
Thank you. Okay, the phone's probably gonna ring here in a minute, but I really hope that we can get it together. But I feel like a lot of us women, we hear what we want to hear. We're not even listen. A lot of y'all saying y'all Christians, y'all aren't even paying attention to the examples that the Almighty is giving you. He's giving you examples of real women. And hold on 1 second. Caller, hold on 1 second. He's giving you examples of real women and how things are supposed to go, and y'all are not watching. Y'all are not listening. Just like I just said about the Beyonce thing. That's what stuck out to me about Beyonce. None of her music, nothing else. That interview was so powerful. She was giving y'all the game right there. Y'all never heard her disrespect him, talk bad about him. When they went through a fight, did you ever see Beyonce post something bad about Jay-Z? You did not see that. You heard in that video that he made her a better woman. She learned a lot from him. Do y'all understand? I think the most beautiful thing about a relationship with a black man is the things he teaches you. But that's me. Hello, caller. Hi, I'm good, and you?
Man, I'm good. California, let me tell you something. I'm so glad you picked it up. I'm a huge fan of yours.
Thank you.
It's been real awesome. Me being a black man to see you stand up and speak on our behalf in today's climate,
Mm-hmm.
And what I wanted to say is, now, let's not get this twisted when we talk about Kevin Samuels and his business, right?
Okay.
I hear a lot of people saying how black men and black women, we need to come together and bridge this gap and all this old kind of stuff, right? Can I tell something
here? Can we refrain from it? Okay, try.
Okay, listen. Solakina.
I'm listening.
Black men, we love our women.
I believe that.
Okay. I have no idea I don't know what is wrong with our women and why they hate us so much. Mm-hmm. But this is out of control. Listen, I'm 44 years old. I've been married 18 years. I'm raising 3 daughters. Do you hear me? Listen, we have young black men that don't even want to date our women. Do you hear me? These young boys coming up, they don't even want to date black women, Solakina. I met a young man last week, 24, 25 years old, getting ready to be a chemical engineer. Mm-hmm. And we were talking at the car dealership. Mm-hmm. And we got to talking about the climate and what's going on out here between black men and black women. He said, man, to be honest with you, OG, I don't even talk to black women. That hurt my feelings. My wife is black.
I'm sure.
I have 3 black daughters. My mother, it hurt my feelings. I say, bro, why would you say something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, well, I'm just saying because man, they too loud, they're too bossy, and they want to run everything. This is his words, not mine.
Right.
I'm 25 years old, right?
Right.
So I'm like, well, I hit him with well, your mama black, right? Just to see if he bite on. You know what he said? I would watch my mama put my daddy through hell. She wouldn't even let my daddy see me when I was growing up. And him not really knowing because he's really young,
Right.
he didn't know the impression that his mama screwed up his head with her very image and how she treated his father in front of him. She would talk to my daddy so crazy and wouldn't let him come pick me up. And he's not the first young man I done heard
I've heard that plenty of
about how
times
they
too.
feel they mom disrespect they dad.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've heard that a lot of times too from these young, young men. I have. I really have. Um, but thank you for calling in.
I appreciate it, and keep on doing what you're doing. We really appreciate it. We need it.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
Okay, you too.
Okay. I wanted to address this comment real quick. I got a call. Um, she wrote a song about it, Lemonade. Wasn't Lemonade something about hello caller? Hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I thought I she wrote an album about it. I really can't confirm that what happened in that album was really what happened between them two. I'm just gonna say that. I never really thought that, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna take that back. I'm gonna stand corrected. I don't know what may have happened between them two. I know every relationship goes through stuff. What I'm saying is that one portion that she said, you know, it stuck out to me. And I think a lot of people miss that part of it because as many fans as Beyonce has, of these young black women these days, somebody didn't see that and felt like, wow, okay, so black men, okay, they teaching us stuff. You see what I'm saying? That didn't click to nobody. But then it comes down to mentality. I love a black man that can teach me something. I'm not looking for a black man with money, or a nice car, a nice house. I feel like we can get those things together, but I'm looking for somebody that can teach me something. Someone that can lead. Like that's what I'm looking for. But I'm a different kind of woman. So hey, caller.
Queen.
Hey.
What's going on, love?
Chilling. Did you want to weigh in on what we're talking about tonight?
Uh, yeah, I do.
Okay.
Trying to see like the perspective. It's a lot of energy. Well, first of all, I want to say what's happening again to the fam and the chat. And in order for us to really get this thing right, we're gonna have to get back to the basics. I mean, it's the basics. We've come so far from it, like with influence, right? I mean, whether it's television, music,
right?
But we set the tone of the planet, right? Us as melanated people, in my opinion. Right. And we're the shining example for the whole planet. Everybody do what we do. And so our influence, our spirits are powerful. And to the brother, to the OG that passed on, right?
Right.
I think Kevin his intentions was good, right, for his podcast. Now, we don't want to get into the semantics of his delivery. I mean, because sometimes you match energy with energy, and then it's his right, and so it's his content. So you can't be disrespectful to conversation. And I just think that he, what I'm saying, he was necessary for the community because it's a duality to everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God rest his soul. But so far as us as women and men, mankind, even mankind in whole, we can apply this same you know what I'm saying, ideology to the planet. Like even with the war, I know we ain't on that, but shit, let's just get back to basics. We all need each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And the male presence and the feminine presence, masculine and feminine, it goes together. And when there's discord, it's chaos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it really is. And for our, you know what I'm saying, for our community, I'm gonna let it breathe, sis. For our community, we done been through so much trauma, you know? And so Dr. King on his final speech, we can go back and check it, right? He said, remember this. He said, we got to stick together.
Right. Yeah.
He said nothing else, you know what I mean? Like that's the basic. You know, and you know, we're so cool with the feminist movement and you know,
feminism was never for us. Feminism was never created for Black women. Go ahead.
You know what I mean now, and it's just a lot of just you know we got to get back to our community and we got to build bridges back. The bridges that was destroyed between the Black woman and the Black man and the Black man and the Black woman is that the accountability, the accountability that nature requires, we're not even doing that right. Yeah. I'm talking about woman and man relationship, right? And then we can't even get that right. And then when we create a child, right, that causes other stuff.
Yeah, it's a whole other set of problems. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, but final point is that we just got to get back to basics. You know, we've been traumatized. We got a lot of Black brothers in the prison pipeline. I mean, our community has been just like shattered.
Yeah.
And we got to remember and move forward, you know, just high energy, high vibrations. I love your content. It is necessary. I'm not on social media, but I am on YouTube. You know what I mean? People want to get technical. That is a form of social media, but that's the only place I get a chance to see you. Okay. And you alive and, you know, good vibes.
Thank you so much. And thank you for calling in.
All right, Queen. Peace, y'all.
Peace. You know, I just feel like, you know, with, you know, some women, I even like with feminism and things, I think some Black women just want to belong to something, or, you know, aren't doing the research, or just, you know, going because it's 20 women, Black women walking that way, they just walk with them and don't even know where they walking. And that's so dangerous in life, because feminism wasn't created. Why would why would another culture, and I think I touched on this last night, that oppressed us, didn't even want us to read and write, didn't want us to vote in this day and age? I just posted about it a couple of days ago. Sundown towns, they don't even want us around them. That's how much they hate us as Black and brown people. But as I've said before, in the Black community, we are hating each other. We've experienced that from the oppressor, though. Why will we adopt their ways and hate or each other? Why would we ever do that? That doesn't make sense. And I know there's some people here watching right now that agree. Like, does that make sense to you? That we sitting up here as a culture, oppressed, 2022, still dealing with racism. There's towns that we can't even go in after dark in 2022. They're killing us. Basically, it just feels like they're hunting us at this point. They're killing us for no reason. That's not a good enough reason to come together. That's not a good enough reason to understand that the good Black men, you know, out here didn't do what your exes did. That there's great Black women out here that aren't going to sit up and use you and try to manipulate you or whatever like the other woman did. It's not enough to just come to change your mental to say I'm tripping. I'm tripping. I'm sitting up here judging somebody off of what I went through with somebody else. I'm sitting up here hating a black man to the point where I'm miserable. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. Hating a black man to where I'm bitter and I'm angry. But deep down, I really want to be in a relationship. Did you hear what I said? Deep down, really want to be in a relationship, just don't know how to go about it. But then the Almighty will send examples. And you still won't listen. You still will not listen. Some of y'all are praying to be a wife, praying to be a husband, but don't want to put the work in. So you're not going to reach your goal unless you do the work. And then someone will be like, oh, I've been married for 20 years. Sis, I'm sorry to tell you, your husband ain't happy. He's not happy. Then you marry and you run around, oh, he cheated on me and this, that, and the third. I don't condone cheating, but since he went and found somebody that gives him what he needs as a man, he went and was with somebody that respects him as the man he is. I'm just being real. When do we wake up? I'm gonna tell y'all a story, right? I never even really been open like this. One day I was sitting here, right? And my spirit said, call your friend in Mississippi and call your other two friends in Louisiana. Tell them to stock up on water. I called them. I repeated myself 3 times. I even told them to go where to get water. I said Target has gallons of water for 65 cents. Go stock up on water. Next time I talk to them, did you get your water? My one friend was like, oh, I ain't worried about no water. I'ma just trust God. I never knew y'all why I was telling them to go get water. I promise y'all. I did not know why I was telling them to go get water. Something in my spirit was just like, tell them to go get water. What was it, a hurricane? Was it a hurricane that hit Louisiana and Mississippi? And they had no access to no water. This was a few weeks after I told them to go get water. I didn't know why I was telling them to go get water. Water was sold out everywhere. People were scrounging, going to different stores, could not find water. I told them weeks before to go stock up on water. I didn't know no hurricane was coming. I think it was a hurricane, tornado, something came. Something hit Mississippi and Louisiana. Some of y'all probably remember what I'm sitting up here talking about. I forget what hit them. If you're from Mississippi or Louisiana, tell me in the comments what happened. I think it was a hurricane. Something happened that people were scrounging around for water and couldn't find none and had to go different places to try to find some. Me saying that, right? And then I got a call from my one friend like, I can't find no water. And I just said, oh. I just said, oh. Me saying that, right? You can't ignore messages. You can't ignore messages. You can't ignore messages. You can't ignore messengers. Not if you want to be better in life, not if you want to do better in life. I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you go to church every single Sunday. I don't care how strong you think your relationship is with God. You cannot sit up here and ignore the examples, the messenger, the messages. The Almighty will send a message to anybody, through anybody. And anybody that believes in the Almighty God, or whatever you may call him, respect to whatever you call him. We know this. The word teaches us this. But why aren't we waking up and paying attention to the messages in the messenger? Baby, you might not like the messenger. But that's why a lot of people in the situations they in. Because you don't like the messenger, you didn't receive the message. You didn't like the messenger, so you didn't receive your blessing. You didn't receive your confirmation. Come on. Come on. If we gonna be real, we gonna be real. You don't know what message may come to you and then turn around and something come or something happen, or maybe it's trying to save you, maybe it's trying to prepare you for something. That's all I'm trying to say. Pay attention to the examples out here. That's all. Y'all wouldn't have to worry about failed relationships, failed friendships, this going bad. Just be able to take accountability. Just come to the terms that, okay, I'm not perfect, I mess up, I don't know everything, this, that, and the third. If you keep going through life like you know everything, you're not going to get nowhere. You're not open to learning anything. We can always, I'm Shalakemia, right? I can learn from other people. In my mentality, I set out to learn from everybody I run into. I can learn something from them. I feel like this is a season where the Almighty is exposing the evil at an all-time high, I promise you, at an all-time high. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
Him?
Yes.
I'm good. This is Jones. I was on yesterday.
Okay, Jones.
You have made some valuable points in the Black community. Valuable points. And I heard another young guy say something about well, what I really heard was basically what you were saying on how certain women can't listen to men, and men can't listen to women. And that puts me at the place with the young man just said who got off the line. We got to get back to the basics. We have to get back to the basics, y'all. We are not better than one another.
We're not.
And just because man, back to slavery, men were stripped from everything they were supposed to have. And they gave women more of a path to get some things that men couldn't have. People saying that men were more dominant than women, so they took a lot of things from the home of Black people when it refrains to the man and gave it to the woman. So a lot of men, yes, we have to ask women for certain things. It doesn't make you less than a weekend. It's because of the position that we have been positioned in for so long. Mm-hmm. So now that we're here and we're trying to come up out of that, mm-hmm. It's almost a treat others how you want to be treated, but it's a hand and foot thing. I can't move forward without the Black woman. She can't move forward without me. Mm-hmm. All this going out, and I'm not condoning it. I don't bash it. None of that. Anything outside the race, that's your opinion. Right. But inside the race, it's a certain ethnicity and a power that we're supposed to have with each other, and a connection that we're supposed to have. Like you said, we are the We are the leadership of this earth.
We are.
Everything that they want, they get from us.
We are.
Talent, skills, inventorships, imagination, anything that we can possibly come up with, they get from us. So when we can tap into who we are in this earth, as a Black person, as a Black man, as a Black woman, and see that at the end of the day, we are all designed and divine, connected to build and help each other, correct each other, teach each other,
absolutely,
without an ego,
yes,
without an expectation of, oh, I could have learned that somewhere else. But if you could have learned it somewhere else, you wouldn't still be in line with what you should be in line with.
Exactly.
That's why you're getting from this source.
Exactly.
I believe Black women and Black men are the source and power of everything we should learn. We just don't have an understanding to sit down and talk and converse with each other to understand, because we're so full of hatred.
Yeah.
We're so content with bashing each other. Even though you my baby daddy and you ain't got no car, I'm not going to listen to you. That doesn't make you smarter than me because you have materialistic things.
Right.
But if you took time to hear what I had to say, I had something I had to say, and it could help you in your life too. So we're stuck in a rut right now, you know. And I'm praying every day that as a whole group of people, for man and woman, color, race, whatever, that we can all move forward. But more so for the Black people, you know, more so for the Black people.
Right, absolutely. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you.
You're so wonderful. I appreciate the information you're trying to give our people, so we can wake up and be better people for this nation.
Right. Thank you so much, Jones.
Thank you, my lady.
Have a good night. And to be honest, you know, Jake, I'm not trying to generalize God. I want you to know that. I want you to know that thank you for everybody that's given. I appreciate that. I'm not trying to generalize, right? I'm the type of person that, you know, I believe in the Almighty God, right? And there's other people that'll be like, oh, well, that's not God's name, or, you know, oh, I'm Muslim, or, you know, this and that third. I am a person, I respect what people believe. I respect you know, different religions, okay? Um I'm not the type of person that feel like because I don't believe what they believe that I have to automatically hate them. That's how we have been conditioned to be, though. Have been conditioned to be, oh, they're Muslims. No, we can't mix with them, or, you know, we can't be cool with them because they're Muslims, or, oh, they're Christians, or, oh, they go to a Baptist church, or they're Jewish, or we have been so divided by things that we should have never been divided by. Number one. Number two, I want to be very honest right now, right? I have sat and talked to a lot of people that are Muslim, right? And one thing I admire about them is their prayer life. I sat down and I asked questions because I want to know, how are y'all so disciplined? You know, um, what are the meanings behind y'all, you know, y'all praying so many times a day? I wanted to know. And that then encouraged me to strengthen my prayer life in my spiritual belief. And that's why I come to the table and I say, just because someone has a different opinion, someone believes something, you know, different than you are, somebody may not have as much as you do, does not mean you cannot learn from them. That's what we're missing out on. Just like people sit up here and follow these celebrities and listen to and think everything they say is gold, just because people have money, baby, does not mean they know everything. I'm sorry to say. I follow people that are of substance. I follow people I can learn things from. I don't follow people because they have money. I don't get in relationships with people because they have money. I'm not friends with people because they have money. I don't do that. But I wanted to share that piece because that's another thing that divides us as people. Someone said um in the comments about how do we get unconditioned? And I feel like we get unconditioned when we gotta heal. You gotta heal you. You have to heal from the mother that did not love you. You have to heal from the father that was not around. You have to heal from all that childhood trauma. It's not going to be overnight, but you can start. You have to heal from those relationships that did not work, baby. It's a lot of things you have to heal from. Whatever your specific situation is. That's the start of unconditioned, because you know what, a lot, and I'm talking to Black women right now. I want y'all to know that y'all label me as a woman, a Black woman that hates Black women, when I love us. But y'all also set up and label Black men. Y'all say Black men don't love us Black women, and that's a lie. That's a lie. Black men are respectful, encouraging, empowering, inspirational. They teach to the women that deserve it. We're going to be real. It's not a lot of women that deserve that from our Black men. They're disrespecting them. They're bashing them. They're lying on them. They're falsely incarcerating them. Would you tell your Black son to protect a woman that called the cops on him for no reason? Would you tell your Black son to protect a woman that does nothing but use him for his money? Would you tell your Black son to protect a woman that's always bashing and belittling him? No. You know why? Because a few of y'all Black moms and sat on social media and said I pray that my son finds a good woman, because I don't know where these other chicken heads is coming from. I seen the post. Oh, I seen the post. Yeah. Y'all seeing it now. And I just feel like we can do the work. If I could do the work, I've been through a lot, and a lot of y'all know that I've been through a lot growing up. Foster group homes, suicide attempts, depression. I've been through a lot coming up. My father was incarcerated a lot of my childhood. I had a baby at 15 years old. If I can heal through a lot of those different things I went through growing up, you can heal too. You can heal too. Listen, Black women, I was so angry. I was so mad. I didn't know how to love a Black man. I didn't know how to respect one. I didn't know how to talk to one. I didn't know how to be in a relationship with one. I was never taught that. I never seen that. You don't have to be bitter and mad and angry. You just don't. The people, the Black men you dealt with hurt you. All of them are not like that. They're not. I had to realize that. That's why I am who I am today. Because I realized, like, if I want to be married one day, how am I going to hate Black men if I want to be married one day? That don't make sense. 2 plus 2 ain't 4 right there. I got to change some things about me. I can't sit up and blame all my past relationships. Oh, it was all their fault. Baby, I've said this to y'all plenty of times. This world is full of relationships, and ain't nobody about to sit up here and tell me every failed relationship is a Black man's fault, baby. What part did we play? Where can we get better? I'm gonna leave a situation, and yeah, it might have hurt. They might have did something. I might have did, but I need to walk away and say, okay, Charlotte Keenan, we got to do better, baby. We got to do better. We got to get better. We have to look at ourselves. And I'm coming in love. I'm coming in love, Black women. We got to look at ourselves. Being feminine is a beautiful thing. I promise you. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to be feminine and nurturing to a Black man. It's a beautiful thing to tell him how great he is. It's a beautiful thing when he comes to you with an idea and you like, let's do it. And I get to pour my 2 cents into it and pour into his dream and his goal. I promise you, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing when you meet a black man that has been through so much, because baby, we overlook that they have been through so much. We overlook it. We make them feel like what they've been through and their feelings don't matter. It's a beautiful thing when you can get with a black man and show him, I'm not here to hurt you. I'm not here to use you. I'm not here to get over on you. I'm not here to bash you. I'm not here to oppress you. I'm here to love you. For real, love you. For who you are. Not what you have, not what you drive, not where you work. I love you. For your mind and your spirit and your soul. I love you. I promise you it's a beautiful thing. Black women, you will be full. I promise you. I promise you that the way you love and pour into a black man, it takes nothing away from you. It actually adds to you. I promise you. It adds to you. I'm not talking about go date the ones that you was used to dating. Throw your type in the trash. Cause see, a lot of y'all, that good man done hit y'all up in the morning and said, hello, beautiful, and you called him thirsty. Or you left him on red. I just came to have a real conversation tonight. A conversation that has you look at yourself like I had to look at myself at one time. Because I'm not perfect. I don't know everything. I had to learn how to be the woman I am today. I couldn't blame it on nobody that I wasn't taught, baby. I'm grown now. I have control over me and my life. I'm not choosing to be miserable and bitter. I'm not choosing that. I'm choosing to live and be happy and be feminine and be in a healthy relationship that turns into a marriage. The real deal out here. Now I'm going to open up the phone line back up. I seen y'all calling in. Y'all can call back. Hello, caller.
Hello, hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
I'm good. I was wondering what happened to you. I didn't know you was on YouTube, right? But I had seen your videos a couple of times, in the past, and I was like, "Hey, what happened to that sister?" But I just want to say it's good to see
Thank you.
Doing your thing still. So my name is Tawaga Bar. I make videos for Black Authentic Truth, and I was listening to you, and I was like, you was hitting some points, and a lot of times, like, what I noticed with us is that it's a big discussion about black men and black women, what you did, what black men do, what black women do. Right. And we never actually look at how did we get to that point. Like you brought it out about the oppression. Right. And I commented, I said, slavery had a great deal to where we are today in our relationships. Right. Because if you look at the dynamic, and I've done research on this, you look at the dynamic, the black man wasn't allowed to be in the household. He would probably stay in another plantation and get to visit on the weekends. So when they talk about black women 70% single, black men is never in the home. Well, that's how we've been structured since the time of slavery, right? And so that has a lot to do with our family structure today and how we are built. And then you look at us as like, you done took everything from us, right? Yeah. We're like an open palette. And so as a people, everything they throw at us, every philosophy, every way of life, feminism, alternative lifestyle, all of that, we just eat it up, right? We just eat it up. And so it makes us worse off because we haven't really did the homework to find out who we are. And so I just basically wanted to, give my little 2 cents and just say that we're God's chosen people, y'all. So when it comes to us ever being able to do anything, we have to remember that we don't have an identity. Like everybody else has an identity except for black people, right? We got all the flavor, we got all the sauce, we got all the talent, but the one thing we lack is a national identity and a plan that we're going to have this same mindset. And then we can move forward like all of those other people do. Like, the East Indians, the Arabs, the Chinese, they have Chinatown in every major city in America, right? And so we deserve to have those things, but we have to do the homework in order to find out who are we and how should we be going about our lives, our morals and all our values. So I just wanted to add that, sister.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, I that came to YouTube like during the pandemic. They were um reporting me a lot on TikTok. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go to YouTube. I didn't think I had a follow on YouTube. I didn't think, YouTube was for me, but I started using it and added it to my social media sites that I use.
Well, sis, people like you and people like me, anybody that's speaking truth, we already gonna have a hard time anyway. They don't with the algorithms and everything. They don't want people speaking truth, like and saying what's really real. They like all the garbage and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm just just trying to be obedient, to the things that I've learned, over
Right.
time. How to heal, how to deal with trauma. I feel like it's very saddening, and disheartening that Black women think that I don't, like them and I hate them because of the things that I say, because it's so not true. I want to see us do better, but I'm going to give it to them how I give it to them. It's going to be raw.
Right.
And you know what? It needs to be given raw so people understand. You see what I'm saying? And so you can't sugarcoat it. You have to give people the message how it's given. For too long. And I'm not saying that there's not no Black men out here that, do Black women wrong and do them dirty, things like that. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that's not every Black man. I don't know how many times I have to say it. When I get enough money, I'm gonna put it on a billboard. I promise you. That it's not every Black man. And I don't think Black women understand. I'm trying to help you heal, and I'm trying to teach you that you are angry and mad at the Black men that hurt you, the ones that hurt you see what I'm saying? And then you're taking it out on all. You're never going to meet your kingdom spouse if you continue to move like that. I'm a woman, she was 60 years old. She reached out to me, I think like a month ago. And she said, Charlotte, she said, I wish that you was doing this when I was in my 20s.
Wow.
She said, I am alone. She said, I want someone so bad. She said, but I didn't know how to be no woman. I ain't know how to be in no relationship. She said, I'm learning at 60 years old how to be in a relationship listening to you.
That's crazy.
She said, I hope these young women listen to you. She said, because I'm alone and I don't like it. And that right there, I'm just like, wow.
Wow. That just goes to show you how broken and how so many people, we come from different backgrounds and different dysfunctions in our households, right? Because you would think a woman that old would have learned that lesson a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's like when they're getting that age, they're realizing. I know a few women like that in their 50s and their 60s and just wishing they had somebody. And I think a lot of women, if they don't get the message now from me and other people, that they're going to be just like that. And it's like they can fight me now if they want to at this level, but I I learned it. I'm just coming as a courtesy and being obedient and coming and teaching it. It don't affect me. However, those women end up alone with 55 cats, 10 dogs, that don't affect me. And they don't even realize about the future. They want to be mad now and try to discredit what I say now, not even thinking about the future down.
Right. And I feel like, what doesn't get put out there enough is that, we need one another. Black men, like you said, like the type of sister you are, we need more sisters like you. We need sisters that have that same mindset, to help our people, because it doesn't get put out. Like the brother said earlier, he said, we're not, in so many words, he said, we can't move forward because we both need one another, right? We both need one another. And, with all this garbage and this, this feminism stuff and, high value stuff, that's not going to help our people. Like, and in 10, 20 years, you're going to see the results of that. We're going to see more women, and, without a man, with a cat and a dog.
Absolutely, because it doesn't affect me. And then, it's a lot of good Black men out here. You feel what I'm saying? That's family oriented. They hit me up all the time, like, Shop team, I'm just waiting for, my wife. I'm just waiting to meet her. There are men out here, but you know what? The ones that are operating the way they're operating, they're never going to meet them. Because you're not ready to be in that kind of space with that kind of man. You're not ready.
Right. Like you said earlier, this man, he probably did say, "Hey, good morning, beautiful." And you said he was thirsty.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be real. That's what women are doing. They're saying that they're thirsty.
The one thing that I see a lot is like, I just say hi to a sister, she already got her face turned up like, I want to holler, and I'm simply saying hi as a person, just, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? And her guard is already up, like, I ain't got time. I'm like, I wasn't trying to holler. I was just saying hi.
What's your first name?
I'm sorry.
What's your first name?
My name is the Gabar.
But you called yesterday?
I got that in the comments.
Okay. I'm so glad you said that, because I meant to bring this up earlier. But that was confirmation you said that. Today, I was in Target and I smiled at this black man. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, hey. So then he's like, every time I speak to a Black woman, I get attitude. So don't mind me. I'm not being weird, And I'm like, no, it's good. Like, I understand that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I get that I've heard that plenty of times, before. But I think it's just courtesy when we see each other. Hey, how you doing? I had a woman do that to me too. A Black woman. She's like, I'm like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. We're Family Dollar. And she looked at me crazy, but then she came back and she's like, sis, I'm just not used to people doing that. I'm not used to Black women doing that. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. Why? Why are us? Listen, let's subtract your Black men out of it, right? Black women act like that to other Black women. They mean mug other Black women. You see what I'm saying? Or talk about other Black women, or turn their nose up. Why can't we say, hey, how you doing? I don't even know you. Why would I just turn my nose up at you?
Right.
That don't make sense.
Right. If I could, sis, and I don't want to go too far, but what I have seen with sisters also is something that never gets talked about, is that Black women throw more shade on social media to other black women than Black men. And that, like, it's only like protect Black women when you see a brother get into it with a sister on social media. But I see posts where you got sisters shaming sisters because of their size, something they have on. And I'm like, y'all really be coming for each other, but that never gets, addressed.
I said that. No, I said that yesterday. I did. I brought that up yesterday. I said, they set up and they talk about how Kevin Samuels have spoke about, women's weight. If Kevin Samuels would have told me I'm overweight, I wouldn't have been mad. I am. What I'm gonna be mad for? I could be real with me. I am. Period. Point blank.
Right.
I know I am. What I'm gonna be mad at something I know about myself. You see what I'm saying? But we never, like you said, we never had the conversation where black women bash other black women for being a bigger size, for being darker. Yeah, that happens.
Right.
And I know that y'all black men notice that. That happens. They will just sit up and talk about another black woman like a dog, but they don't talk about that. But you want to get angry when black men start saying something. No, have that energy when it comes to your friends that you're sitting around and they're hating on another sister. Have that energy for them. But that's the
real
fake.
talk.
That's the fakeness out here, though. That's the fakeness that's going on out here. But then you have to understand a lot of them are mad at black men and don't like black men. So anything y'all do is a problem when they hate you. Anything you do is a problem. Anything is a problem.
It's sis. How do you feel about, like, when what you just said, when we talk about what the role of feminism in the women's liberation movement had? Do you feel like a lot of the, what is the word, like the hate and like even what you see with Kevin Samuels, like all the women happy that he passed away? Do you think that has a lot to do with what our sisters learned from that movement in
Feminism and self-hate. They hate themselves. You have to understand when a person hates themselves, they could never love or like you if they hate themselves. There's things that they hate about themselves. It's hurt that they are storing inside of them. Someone hurt them so bad somewhere, now they're just mad at everybody. And then, like I said, a lot of women are followers. They're followers. They don't know how to be their own woman. And a lot of them don't do research because at the end of the day, I never woke up and was like, "Oh, I'm a feminist." No, I'm not. That wasn't even created for me. What are we talking about? But let's go a little bit deeper. Designer clothes. Designer clothes was never made for black people. Who wears them though? Who wears them? Let's be real. Who wears them? The richest people in the world ain't even wear designer stuff. You see them in a holy t-shirt with some all white sneakers on that don't got no name on them, but they rich though.
Right. They be plain. Everything be plain.
Yeah, but you know what? The crazy thing about it, some of these designers have told our people they don't even like us and they don't want us wearing their stuff. Did black people start wearing their stuff?
Yeah, I think it was like Tommy Hilfiger or something. Like he made his clothes and he didn't expect for black people to be wearing them.
Did people start wearing it? Did people start wearing it? No, Tommy became a big name. But it's like how we so submissive to another culture. And we can't even be submissive to our own culture. This man not even that. There are other clothing brands that have put racism in their marketing campaigns. Did this stop black people from shopping with them?
Right.
Let's be real. Did it stop people from shopping with them? No. They still running out and getting Gucci belts. They still want a man to go and buy them a Gucci bag. They can't buy themselves a Gucci bag, but they want a man to go buy them a Gucci bag. These people just use racism and they think y'all don't even care. They don't even care though. So it's like, what? Are we beating a dead horse? I mean, I feel at this point, the people that get it, let's move forward and build our community together. That's how I feel. The people that don't get it and want to be mad and miserable, hateful, stay over there. That's just like back in the slave days, when people was about to escape. They weren't worried about everybody that ain't want to go. They took the people that wanted to go and left the people that ain't want to go back there. Well, stay there then. But nobody's about to be held back in our community because people don't get it. All of us sitting up here listening that get it, we need to move forward. That's what we need to do.
I agree with that.
We need to move forward.
Another thing you said about what the message you got, that was like a prophecy, right? When you called your friends and you said you didn't know why, but you told them to stack up on water.
Yeah.
Right. And so that would be my advice to people now, because even in the times like, I don't know, I know the Hurricane Katrina, and the other times, the natural disasters we had, people was without. So lo and behold, something happens. You know what I mean? Like something bad, like say with this war with Russia or with some missiles start hitting America. Let's just say missiles start hitting America, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna need supplies, and you're gonna need to be prepared, because I remember in Hurricane Katrina, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black people became enemy number one. It wasn't nobody they was trying to kill black people. Those are some reports that's coming out. But my thing is, we're going to be the people that's forgotten about. So it'd be smart to, stock up on supplies and be prepared for any type of natural disaster that could occur. So that just popped in my head when you were saying what you were saying, that you told your friends and you didn't know why, but then they ended up needing water.
It was very strong in my spirit to tell them that, and I told them that. And even the one friend, like, she got even kind of nasty with me, like, oh, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna just trust God. Well, who you think told me to tell you?
I mean, you
But
can trust
okay.
God, but I mean, you got to put some work into it. Faith without work is dead. You can't just sit there and believe you're gonna get healed. You got to go to the doctor. You know what I mean? You got to do something. You can't just
Right.
sit there and think, I'm gonna just trust it. The water ain't gonna fall from the sky.
Right.
You know?
Use what the
Yeah.
Almighty has made available to you. That's why I continue to tell people, I wasn't feeling like that for no reason. I didn't know what was coming. I didn't know what was coming. All I
Right.
knew was to tell them to get water, stock up on water. What's so hard about it? It's 65 cents at Target. Turn around, you hear I think it was a hurricane or something that hit Louisiana, and I think were they flooded? I forget. It happened like last year though. It happened
I'm
last
not.
year.
I'm not for sure, but yeah, it's always some disaster down that way.
Yep, and people were scrounging for water. They were scrounging down there for water. They were going to store after store. There was no water. There was no water.
Right.
And I don't like to like scare people, or anything like that. But it's like, listen, like when people tell like call me with a prophecy, you know what I mean? Or they feel something in their spirit, I listen. I listen. It could save me. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? It could save me from something. Then I'll be in a situation looking like, well, such and such did call me and tell me. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, if
Mm-hmm.
people believe in that, but yeah, I believe in that. When I get a gut feeling of not doing something or not going somewhere, I trust my gut feeling. Like, no, I'm not going. No, because I don't know what's about to happen. That's happened to me many times. You know, I've told people, don't do this or don't do that. I just have a bad feeling about it. I think I've told y'all before. I had a guy I was dating, and he was from a different state, and he had came up here, and we had went on a date or whatever. So I'm talking him into staying here, and I'm telling him don't go back. I'm like stressing. I'm like, don't go back. I got a bad feeling. Just, stay up here. And he's like, well, I'm going to just go get my clothes and come back. I knew he wasn't coming back. I felt it in my spirit.
Right.
And he's doing, I read so many cases. He's doing 25 years or 50, one of them. I read so many cases because I'm a legal studies student. But I think it's 25 years or 50 years. He's doing that. And every time he, talks to my cousin, he's like, I wish I would have just listened to your cousin when she was telling me. Yeah, I got a feeling. Like, don't
Right.
ignore stuff like that. Like, that's real, real life. When people like, I feel like something bad is about to happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh
It,
yeah. That's real. That first mind, that first feeling in your gut, you
yeah,
should always go with that.
yeah. And he will tell you all his
Yeah.
himself. He said he lives with it every single day that he did not listen to me. He's like, if I would have stayed in Pennsylvania, I would not be doing this time. He actually went back to where he lived at, and there was like a bad shootout in a school zone. It was really bad. It was really bad. It
Wow.
was really bad and crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I just try to be obedient to, what's put in my spirit when it comes to people. I always tell people my intentions, are going to be positive. I'm just somebody that, I'm not perfect, but I like to do the right thing by people. That's just who I am. If I'm wrong, I'm gonna come to you and I'm gonna be like, listen, I was wrong. I apologize. I don't have no problem with that. I just don't. I don't have no problem with
Right.
that. I just don't. But thank
Well,
you.
well, Switch, you be doing a hell of a job. You're doing a good job. Um, if you ever want to like collab on anything,
Hmm.
I'm open for it because I love your energy,
Thank
and
you.
I love how you get down.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for calling in.
Oh, no sweat. So you have a good evening.
You too. Bye bye. I know the phone about to ring again. Yeah. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hello, how you doing? This is no one.
It's okay.
This is no one grind real talk.
Okay. Hey, how you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. I just wanted to know you're doing a good job, doing the job, and just keep on fighting. Keep on doing what you gotta do. But I think the one conversation that I know you touch on it that we need to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed throughout the years, wherever a black woman that is taking up a black man,
Mm-hmm.
that fight that advocates for black men,
Mm-hmm.
also y'all threat.
Yeah.
And I think that should also talk about more because we are seeing the constant attack,
Mm-hmm.
and they are using other racial, sexist vices to come after y'all too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it should be a serious. I think that there are people. I'm not saying you. There are people who have been very karaoke talk about it
Mm-hmm.
that I noticed throughout the years. That I think that it should be in the forefront, and they should need to get called out. And I think any men that go even against that too should be getting called because
Mm-hmm.
I also also knows about there are athletes. I'm talking about some. There are some lesbians and gays. They also are part of it too. Even some feminine. And I think that this needs to be talked about more because, like yourself, you're under attack because they want us to be gone.
Right.
And we are strong throughout the years. We're not going nowhere.
Right.
We're not.
Right.
I'm not going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to say that you keep up the fine work
Thank you.
and much blessings to you.
Blessings to you too. Thank you for calling in.
Anytime. Thank you.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye bye. Yeah, Queen. I have a business address actually. If you want my business address, just send me a message on Facebook and I'll send you my business address. Um I just like I said, you know, um I just think that the people that get it, we just need to, move forward. And when I say move forward, empower, inspire, and motivate each other. It's like, let's hold on one second. Hello, caller. Give me one moment. It's like, let's move forward, and educate each other. Let's move forward and pour into each other. Like let's do that. Let's start, teaching each other and pouring into each other to create generational wealth, for our children and our grandchildren. Let's build our community up. That's how I feel like we need to, move forward. Healing, rebuilding, and focusing on what matters, goals and dreams, and bettering ourselves for our children. You know, I told my kids the other day, I'm like, look at, these people that own hotels. Their family are set for generations and generations. They created a hotel, the Hilton Hotel. You think they started out with all them hotels all over the world? No, they started out with one hotel. and built from there. And I know it's a lot of y'all on here that have a business deep down inside of you that you can build up, and it will feed generations of your family to come. Why aren't we doing that as Black and brown people? Building up our community. Why not? Hello, caller.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you?
Fine. I love you here.
Oh, thank you. So I got it done today.
You're very pretty.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say that I love your show.
Thank you.
I understand. I love Kevin Samuels. And just because he's not here doesn't mean his message is not here.
Right.
For all the females out here, you know, the 5 things he always talks about. Some are not fit, some are not friendly, some are not feminine, some are not cooperative, and some are not submissive. That's fine. You don't have to be. Just get prepared to see a black man marry somebody else. But for me, I can't marry my oppressor. So I guess I have to go to a Spanish girl or maybe a Chinese girl, something like that. And for all these females that say you're queens and you've been ran through like Golden Corral on Easter Sunday for 20 years, you're not a queen if everybody's had you. You've been passed around. It's better to be a pick me than a pass me and pass around. You understand? Um, I think females need to stop wanting to be like men. Okay, it's ridiculous. It's a double standard, but that's the way it is. You can go back to the Bible and see that women that weren't virgins didn't get married. You can go back to the 50s and see that women that had kids on a wedlock weren't important to the family. You stayed down south, you went up north. You stayed back east, you went back west. They didn't keep you around. That was an embarrassment. Now it's accepted. People's grandmothers are 40 years old and they're trying to compete with their daughters and their daughters' friends, and it's ridiculous. Okay, you're just bashing black men. Women keep saying black men are no good, but it's the black men you pick are no good.
I
And
agree
you
with
keep
that.
picking the same ones. The ones that look good, the ones that make you feel good. Those are the wrong ones. Feelings change every day. Every day your feelings change. If you see me with a girl you don't like, now you're mad at me. If I do something, say something you don't like, now you're mad at me. So feelings, you can't go off feelings, but women seem to. I understand that they're all about their feelings, and that's just the way they are. That's the way they're built. I understand that. You need to go off substance. Men have good character. Okay, he might not have $1 million, 500,000. Would he be a good father? You'll find out in the end when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, and you have nobody to hold you and rub your feet, and you're by yourself. Then you'll say you wish you want that guy that you didn't do right 20 years ago. But I guarantee you, when you call him, he won't be alone. That I guarantee you. He'll be with somebody, and it won't be you.
Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you, beautiful.
Have a good evening.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Bye. Um, Miss Joseph, I just wanna congratulate you on your book. She said I became a #1 bestseller and #1 best international seller first time author. Congratulations, Queen. Please in the comments put your book name in the comments or how we can find your book. I would love to get your book. The Gemini person that was in here talking crazy, they're blessed and blocked. Um it was something else. Oh, I seen people earlier in the comments talking about how Kevin Samuels has said a statement where women are leftovers. Um what I wanted to, because I think it was saying something about a couple kids involved or something like that. What I do want to say, right, is that um black men are often have a label. Um and I don't when they have a lot of children, right? And women will be that's an automatic, like, oh no, he got 5, 6 kids. He's off limits. Like, not off limits, but no, he's not like date material. Like, no, I don't want that. I don't. But why when the tables are turned, that's a problem. You see, y'all see where I'm going with that? Why is it a problem then? Because the tables are turned now. And I had a few women like, oh, I got a couple kids, and why are they trying to say that, women that have a couple kids, like, something's wrong with us, or y'all act like that to black men that have a couple kids. Y'all act the same way. So why are y'all mad when the energy is returned? Like, I don't understand stuff like that. I really don't. I don't want to stay on that too long, because I want to kind of address, black men as well, since I've addressed, the healing about black women and things like that. Black men, the same goes for y'all. I need y'all to understand, there are good black women out here. You can't judge us by the ones you used to be with. You can't do that. you know just because you may not have felt um respected, or loved by the last person, doesn't mean the person that's coming, or the person you're with, is not doing that. I also need black men to be more available when it comes to how you feel. Okay, I'm not saying be available to any woman. A woman that you can trust, a woman that shows you and tells you, you can talk to me. Are you okay? Is something wrong? Is there anything you need to talk about? I see y'all black men are shutting down when it comes to expressing yourself, when it comes to emotions. This is what I want to say. I understand that you have expressed yourself before to a woman. I also understand that it was used against you. I understand that. I understand that they have called you soft. I understand. I understand they told you to man up. I understand. But a real woman, and you'll have to understand, a real woman, and when you get that real woman, don't mess it up. But when you get a real woman, she's not going to tell you to man up. She's not going to say you soft because you may have shed a tear or you express yourself. She's not going to tell you to man up. I'm talking about a real woman. Understand what a real woman is, not the ones you used to dealing with. A real one. And you'll know when you get that real one. That's why I say don't mess it up. Because a lot of y'all done played on some good women that had your best interests at heart, that would have weathered any storm with you, that loved you a lot. This is all I'm coming to say. Start being emotionally available. I have women reach out to me, and good women, and they sit up here and they like, I just, I'm Shalakimia, how can I get through to him? He won't express himself, he won't talk, he won't this. And one thing I tell my queens is, listen, you have to make the environment safe. You have to make him feel safe to be able to express himself in a safe space, because you're probably dealing with a man that has tried that before. You're probably dealing with a man that grew up with a lot of trauma and nobody cared. Black women sit up here and say, oh, we got it bad and we got it hard. We do. But imagine being a black man and you ain't got nobody to vent to. You ain't got nobody to cry to. I can call my best friend and cry and express myself. I can do that. Men can't do that. Men are not going and calling their best friend another man and crying to him. We have to be that safe haven for them. We have to be that safe environment for them. We have to be that. We got to do better on both ends. We have to unlearn the toxicity. We have to unlearn, the things that we were taught. We have to unlearn some of that. And we also have to realize you got to just sit down and you got to realize all women are not like the ones I dated and had kids to. All men are not like the ones I dated and had kids to. Once you realize that, you will unlock a new season. I promise you. You will unlock a new season in your life. You will. Um, I guess this conversation was needed tonight. I wasn't even coming to talk about this. I was coming to talk about something totally different tonight. I actually want to talk about Tori and Megan Thee Stallion tonight. I wanted to teach from, that standpoint. I'll do that, tomorrow. Just from all the stuff, today about Kevin Samuels, I thought it would be a great conversation to come and have and to clear some things up. I don't have to do anything for views, anything for likes, anything for clout. I promise you, the opportunities have been on the table for me. But I haven't taken the opportunities. You know why? Because every opportunity ain't for me. Every opportunity don't align with what my platform stands for. I'm not taking a check to go against my platform. I'm not doing that. I've been discussing Kevin Samuels on this type of level when he was still with us, and it's gonna continue, to be like that. Another thing I want to say is that we don't have to dislike people that we disagree with. Just because we don't agree with something doesn't mean that we have to dislike them or bash them or have a hate for them. And I appreciate all the women on my page that follow me. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all come with respect. Y'all come with class. If I'm wrong, y'all correct me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate that out of y'all. Please don't think that I'm unteachable. Y'all teach me in those comments every single day. Men too. All of y'all that comment on my stuff. Subtract the evil stuff that people say. But the people that come with respect in class, like Queen, I'm coming in love. I appreciate you. And I want you to know that. I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all for tuning in with me tonight. I'll go live tomorrow and we'll talk about Megan Thee Stallion and Tori. And we'll talk about just how these situations are unfortunate in our community. We'll talk about the situation, then we'll talk about some resolutions. Um, Also, for my entrepreneurs, I want you to know that my ultimate business class plus business credit class drops tomorrow at noon on all my platforms. So registration will be open tomorrow at noon. So make sure you're watching out for that. But thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all for the stars and everything. But I appreciate y'all. I've learned a lot from y'all tonight. I hope y'all have learned some things from me. We've learned some things from the people that call in, and we're going to continue this conversation and we're going to continue to grow, motivate, inspire, educate, and we're going to move forward. The ones that y'all want to move forward together, let's move forward together and let's build up. That's what I want to do. I hope y'all on board with that because that's what we about to do. We about to build up. We can't be worried about who don't want to go, baby. We can't be worried about that. What I tell y'all the other day, if me and my best friend is in sixth grade and I go to the seventh and she played around and she staying in the sixth, I'm still going to the seventh. I still love you, best friend, but I'm going to the seventh grade. You understand that? I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in with me and y'all have a great, great night. Love, all love.